Alright, guys, we're reviewing Special. This is a really different kind of superhero movie. I watched it years ago, and I've had it on DVD. Uh, it's a pretty great take on the superhero genre. It's very different on a genre that's been oversaturated. Yeah, and this film it was originally kind of overshadowed by films like Defendor and Kick Ass. I believe they came out around the same time. I don't really remember when those movies came out, but I think Defendor was out around the same time as this one. This was a little indie film special, and it's got Michael Rappaport. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not exactly sure, but it is a really great movie. It is surprisingly funny. It's got some really emotional moments too that are really good. The movie's essentially about this ordinary, everyday loser, this meter maid, and he likes superheroes and stuff like that, but his life's just lonely. He doesn't really have any strong bonds or relationships, and he signs up for this experimental drug, and then he starts to develop powers, and the doctor's trying to convince him that it's all in his head, and then he goes on and gives his life meaning, a purpose that he felt was absent from. He walks around with this just emptiness in him, and this gives him great meaning. But you got people coming after him, and he's trying to run around and develop this superhero identity, and it's not really working in his favor. It's got some cheesy special effects that look like they were from maybe something in the mid 90s or late 80s. It doesn't have the best special effects, but this film is incredibly enjoyable. I can't stress that enough. This film, it's it's slow pace. It's really down to earth. It's really grounded. It's it's an indie film. It's not an over the top Marvel film or some DC blockbuster. It's not even on the level of like Kick Ass or anything like that. It's just this very standard, ordinary man who gets these powers. And it's I don't want to say too much because it could spoil the movie, but the movie it has some jokes in there, not like slapstick humor, but some really funny jokes. Has some really touching moments, some really heartbreaking moments, and you feel for this guy. Uh, it has a little touch of romance and love in there. Not too much, but this is the kind of guy that is timid about approaching the girl. This he's just an ordinary, really insecure guy that his life isn't what he wanted to be, and it feels absent of purpose. But I found it an absolutely extraordinary film. It hits all the beats it needs to. It has a little bit of the humor. It has a little bit of the action. The special effects, like I said, not so great, but the sort of love angle in there, that's really good too. It's just a really great, different take on a superhero film, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. You know, special. It's a really great film, man. I can't even go on about how much I like this movie. Uh, I give it a solid 8 out of 10. It really is something special. No pun intended. Uh, but it really is great. It's truly enjoyable. I highly recommend people get out there, watch it, give it a chance. It's a great film. Michael Rappaport, He's extraordinary. Other people, and I don't even know who wrote this movie. Let's see, written by Hal Haberman and Jeremy Passmore. I'm not director. Let's see, director, producers. It doesn't really have a lot of famous names attached to it, but it's a great film, really enjoyable. Uh, all the actors are really great in here. Their performances, I, I just, I just found it a joy. It is refreshing. Once you've seen a lot of superhero movies, you can. This is one that you'll find refreshing. Now, it won't blow you away with blockbuster action or anything, but it is a kind of deep character study, a deeper kind of film, a slow pace, and it's got some heightened emotional moments in there, and you really feel for the character. So, 8 out of 10, solid. Like, subscribe, um, comment. If you've seen this film, drop a comment down below. Let me know how you felt about it. If you haven't seen this film and you're going to check it out based off this review, come back and let me know how you felt about it. Uh, I thought it was great. I'd rate it higher if it had a better budget, better special effects. But it's just an indie film. It's a pet project, something made out of love. And it's really interesting to see because mainstream stuff, it's just so rehashed, so stereotypical, or whatever you want to call it. It does a lot of rehashing in mainstream, but this is something fresh you can enjoy, especially if you like superheroes. So like I was saying, like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell for notifications. Stay awesome. Rock on.